Greetings and welcome to this week's magical message. I pray your weekend has been amazing and that you are getting your week started off in some really wonderful ways. So the overall view for this week, we have the free man, and with this energy, really ask us to really be willing to take a chance, and most especially a chance on ourselves. There are going to be a lot of opportunities that present themselves this week. A lot of opportunities to maybe tip the scales in your favor, maybe turn some things around. Make sure that you're not making any just rash decisions this week, though. Make sure that you take the time that you need to, kind of feel things out and think them through. But at the same time, don't allow yourself to give into fear that might stop you from, really taking some of those chances. Really go for what it is that you're really desiring this week, and know that with your belief, anything is possible. With your willingness to put in the work, to be dedicated, and to really stay true to yourself, the doors will open up and the path will be made for you. So just make sure that this week you are taking that time to really figure it out, what it is that you want to do, what it is that you really needing at this stage in your life. A lot of us have gone through some serious graduating points over the last couple of weeks. And so now things are kind of cleared out and allowing us room to kind of transform ourselves. And so you may be getting into new relationships. You may be doing something new with your physical body, your hair, maybe your diet, your workout routine. Maybe you're doing things to just get more spiritually grounded. Or just spiritually in tune. Maybe you're making a move or you're starting school. There are a whole lot of really new things that are going to have the opportunity to have us just plunge really deep. So make sure that, like I said, you're taking that time. And then if you do happen to have fear come up this week, get curious about it, right? Because more than likely, especially with this energy, those fears are allowing you to see some things, some old thought patterns, some old ways of being, or maybe calling for you to pay a little bit more attention to some of those details as you get ready to take this chance, right? So make sure that you're reading the fine print, especially if you are doing any kind of deals, contracts, that kind of thing. Make sure that you're reading that fine print. It doesn't mean don't do it. It just means make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into, and at the same time, be willing to take that risk. Okay. Just smart risk, calculated risk. So with the beginning of the week, we have Daughter of Sticks, and she gives us this energy that really allows us to propel ourselves forward and to keep that really high vibrational energy. So do things during the beginning of the week that really inspire you, that really excite you, that remind you of your gratitudes, that remind you to be grateful, and really kind of expand what it is that you see as your future. Whatever your dreams are, whatever your goals are, really allow yourself to get into that energy and get really motivated, right? We are the best energy to kind of give us that extra push and that extra lift. When we can believe in ourselves, it's that extra magic that makes things really work. You can have a whole lot of people around you who believe in you and who believe you can really do it, but you got to tap into that self-belief. So with these chances that we're taking this week, with the opportunities that are coming, they're also asking that we put something forward, right? And that's that belief in self. That's the willingness to even make some mistakes, because maybe you take on some perceived opportunities this week and they weren't the right move, but be willing to make the mistake. Just make sure that you're being wise in the decisions that you make, so that even in those mistakes, you can bounce back pretty easily. Okay. Make sure that, I feel like there are going to be some people getting some money this week. So make sure that you all are not running your mouth about your money, right? Make sure that you are doing what you need to do, but these don't have to be moves or new opportunities that you announce to the world, right? This could be something that you keep to yourself, or you keep to your really close, small circle. But allow yourself to really bloom and really go for it this week. The doors have opened for you. So take this opportunity. You might start to feel like, are things too good to be true? Is this really what this feels like it is? And it doesn't mean that there won't be things to learn or things to move around or move through as you move forward, but it does mean that it is worth taking that chance. So trust in the goodness, trust that this opportunity has presented itself to you for a reason, and trust that path. Okay, so with the middle of the week, we have 3 of baskets. So we're talking about reunions, we're talking about people getting back together, family coming together, collaborations. This could be just spending time with loved ones. Maybe you all are doing some kind of family dinner. Maybe you're just taking time to come together more often. Maybe you've been networking. And so maybe you have some things that you all are getting ready to do together. Maybe some projects you are getting ready to kind of take off with, especially with these new opportunities, with this high energy that's really pushing you through in the beginning of the week. And that energy is still going to carry throughout the week. So you have this high energy that's really pushing you to the finish and expanding your world in a way that allows you to really reach for some stars that you might not have seen previously or even known were possible previously. But allow for yourself to, put on a little bit of a social vibe or whatever, and spend time with your loved ones. If you're networking, if you're trying to expand, business, that kind of thing, don't be afraid to share what it is you do. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. If you've been asked to kind of collab on something, whether it's more personal life or external life, do it. Right? You're going to have opportunity to either see truths that you need to see, right? Because sometimes we are brought together with people, not necessarily because they're meant to last as friends or partners for however long, but sometimes we're put together so that there's something that we can see, a lesson we can get that we hadn't gotten previously. So just pay attention, because when you get those things, whether it be lessons that you've learned or whether those be partnerships that are really meant to be there for however long for you all to, do the work you're supposed to do, or, maybe this is a relationship, maybe this is some kind of, whatever it is, trust that it's there for a reason and that it's going to propel you forward, right? All of this is like it's either building you or it's clearing stuff out so that you can build. So make sure that you take the time to be clear. Don't be so ambitious that you miss the truth that's coming through. Don't be so ambitious that you decide to look over some red flags, right? Make sure you pay attention to those red flags, but at the same time, trust that you are in the right place at the right time, okay? And use those moments to really propel you forward, whether you're clearing or whether you're building. Okay, so now with the end of the week, we have the 5 of Knives. Okay, and so this is really kind of bringing things full circle, right? So you may find that, if you all have been going back and forth with some kind of contract or something, you finally come to a close with that. If you have been kind of going back and forth about a relationship, you've come to terms on whatever that's going to be. Whatever it is that you're needing to come full circle with so that you can move forward, that's what's coming together with the end of this week. So again, with that middle of the week, if maybe you're being maybe you're experiencing both things. Maybe you're having some opportunities that you can build from. And then maybe there are also going to be some things that are being cleared away so that you can see more clearly what it is and where it is that your energy has been going, that maybe you need to redirect in a way that's going to help you to build. Okay. But in you seeing those things and us having this 5 of Knives coming up, that's like a total transformation, right? Like the 5 of Knives is the same. It's like a 5 of Spades when we're talking about cardology, and that can be a death card. That's the physical change, right? Those are moving pieces on the physical side. So there are a lot of transformations that come from the decisions and the willingness to not only be present with what the truth is of the situation, but be willing to take those chances to expose yourself to these opportunities, right? And be willing to honor whatever it is, whatever truth it is that you would that you've come across, whether it's the truth of someone or something, or whether it is a new opportunity that's going to ask you to grow and to stretch and to move forward in some really powerful ways that help you to meet your goals and really realize your dreams. You may also find that you're moving towards the end of this week. You may be changing states. You may be changing schools. Maybe you are taking a trip, and maybe you think that trip is going to be temporary, but maybe when you get there, you actually find that, maybe this is something you might actually really want to do on a real level permanently or more permanently. So again, be open, because this week is bringing so many more opportunities and some new ideas too. There are going to be some things that we had not thought about doing, or some ways of doing things that we had not thought about that are going to present themselves. And so if you don't see them yet, trust that they're coming, right? Don't feel like you got to rush or push this energy, because it's a lot of moving pieces and a lot of moving parts. So just go with the flow this week. Be willing to take those chances and really stand in those opportunities when they present themselves. And by the end of the week, you're going to find yourself in a transformative space, or a transformed space, where your vision is a lot clearer, and you're able to put the pieces to the puzzle together a little bit more. You're able to connect those dots, and so things will make a lot more sense. So, take your time. Remember to be in gratitude. Remember to, pay attention to those details, but be fearless. And even if you have fear come up, be willing to take those chances and push that fear aside. Look at it, but move it aside, so that you can do and be all that you were meant to do and be this week. And allow for creation to really take hold, because something really beautiful and wonderful has the opportunity to be birthed this week. So thank you all for listening. I'm going to go ahead and close out the reading. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your week, a wonderful weekend coming up, and we will talk again next week. Make sure that you like and subscribe.